Hi there, this is iteration 3 in a way of this X Carriage mount for a webcam. This is the main part, and as you might be able to see there, I've got like this part on. In my case, I'm going to be using this one, and basically this one fits in here. Oops. Oh no, you can't really do this in cover. I don't think cover allows you to line things up. So if I try to line that up in there, it won't line up. Anyway, that part sort of fits inside there, or it goes through here. You tighten that up, and then you can adjust the angle. Now in my case, I've also made this plate smaller, by the way. I mean, the overall length will be a bit smaller anyway, but because that is smaller, it shouldn't, well, it should just about get past my wooden sort of fitting tube, which I have a feeding wooden tube going into my feeder. I'm hoping that will help that. Well, it will probably help that. So that's about an hour. Notice I am doing 80%. I'm going to do this one first. I want to see how these holes turn out. Quite often the holes like this might turn out okay because they're not really got any sharp angles on, exactly as printer head comes across here, so it's a gradual curve. Obviously they probably will need some cleaning out, but I think that should be okay. So I've got to say that there's I put an 8mm hole in here because my webcam, creative live cam or something it's known as a sort of piece of plastic which has a hole in, which has a 8mm diameter on the outside. Now I don't have to go all the way through. I wouldn't want to go all the way through really with that hole, but because of overhangs, if I didn't go all the way through, then there'd be a bit of plastic over here, and that could cause me problems. So if the bolt head that I plan to put through here is sort of too small in a way, I'll have to pull biggish washer on to stop it going through. So that's the first part I'm going to print anyway there. Waffle, waffle, waffle. And like a washer and a plastic nail nut. That wasn't printed, you can buy them. Various sizes, that's 4mm. Okay, so yep, that should be okay. This is another iteration of this carriage mount I'm doing. This one, well, it works okay, but I printed this out flat and I've had to bend it to get the angle of the camera going down. So I did a hinge version, but the hinge version I did was too weak on the parts of the hinges and it was falling off. I also hope that this one I could sort of tighten up the snail bolt nut, in this case nail nut here, that would squeeze these edges in and grip it and keep it in position, but that didn't work. I think this motors too close to this thicker edge here, so it's stopping them squeezing in. So in this iteration here, I'm printing the head part here. It's quite a bit thicker, and these parts are longer, and when I do the main body they'll be longer as well, and hopefully that will solve some of the issues I've got with it. Now if you listen to the bearings here, if you listen to any of my other videos, in the past 2 or 3 videos or so, been a really horrible scratching, scraping noise coming from the bearings, well it sounds like. Now I thought the bearings had gone, something wrong with the linear bearings. I replaced them. These are pretty much brand new linear bearings in here, 3 of them, and that didn't help. I tried changing the accelerations, X jerks, you name it. I tried quite a few changes, none of it helped. So what I've actually done now, I've actually replaced the stepper I was using with a different stepper, and now listen. No bearing noise. Well, what I thought was bearing noise, I estimate that the noise was actually travelling along the smooth rods, or possibly even a timing belt, and causing this to almost vibrate somehow, and this was animating the noise, so to speak. That's why I thought it was coming from the bearings, but it wasn't. It was the actual stepper motor. Now I did turn up the voltage to that stepper motor a little bit, because I was getting a bit of lean on my taller models, and I thought, is it skipping steps? I'll try turning up the voltage a bit. Now has that damaged this stepper motor? Because the stepper motor was going fine up to that point. Somehow damaged the windings, and that's put out of balance, and that's caused the noise, or did cause the noise. But anyways, nice and quiet now. So sometimes if you're getting noise from your bearings, it might not actually be the bearings, it might be the steppers. This is about a 2-hour print, slightly more, 2 1/4 hours, something like that, so Carriage says. As I say, this is the head part of this, a new iteration, stronger, a bit more tolerances as well. The tolerances on this one were a little bit tight on here, had to file it a bit. Okay, I'm going to pause the camera just now, let's watch it a few more moments. 41 minutes. It's not curling here, it is actually, that's part of the curving round on the hinge. It's facing sort of this way, so it's like curving round here to go around where the bolt goes through. See how the previous version didn't survive, just too thin in a way. So this has been beefed up a bit, and a few other changes. It's nice to have the bearings, well what I thought was the bearings, not making that horrible scratchy, grating noise that they were making on some of the previous prints I was doing. Basically this is like the head parts. Over there it's a smaller head as well in a way. So this has my webcam on, fastened to the carriage here. This will be a hinged version. So now the angle to be sort of set in a way for webcam to be fastened to the carriage here. So there is a hole in there for my webcam, passing on Creative Live Cam, I think it's known as. Oh, it's 46 minutes now. Seems like longer actually. That's what's saying on the display, 46 minutes. Okay, I'm going to pause the video a bit just now. Well, it's finished. It's saying 2 hours 21 minutes on the display there. So on here I've got like a bit of a bigger hole for the head on the bolt I'm going to use for my webcam, Creative Live Cam, as far as I know. This is a bit shorter here than the very first sort of original version, because on mine, when it was going all the way up, it was knocking the wooden tube as it feeds into the feeder. I beefed up these a lot, as you probably see there, to give them a lot more strength, and I've also made these a little bit sort of longer, deeper the gaps. So they're the main changes to this print. So that was 2 hours 21. That's about right according by Cura. Cura said 2 hours 8 minutes, but Cura doesn't include the time to heat the bed up or the nozzle. So that takes about 10 minutes or so. So pretty much spot on. Now the next part, the bigger part in a way, remembering that this also is going to be beefed up. The main body is about 3 hours 31 minutes. So about 3 hours 40 minutes I estimate. Just put some of this glue stick on, because the first lot I did only covered an area big enough for the smaller parts, so I have to cover more. I'm just waiting for the colour to vanish. Well, I've just started up to print now. You can still see a bit of the blue, sort of, well, purple of the paper glue stick there. Normally it disappears after about 20 minutes. I'm sure I'll give this a bit longer than 20 minutes, but I'll probably put on while the bed's still a bit warm. I don't know how that's going to impact it. Well, basically it's just about finished doing the skirt. Sometimes it's a bit hard to tell when you got this bulk of silica glass whether it's actually achieving. I think that tiny bit of corner might be up a little bit there on the skirt actually. But I think it's going to survive that, because it is the skirt. As I think I said, having this sort of sheet of graph paper under the borosilica glass here, when you've got a light coloured filament, it's not exactly helpful, I don't think. You hear the noise there, that's the wine motor moving extremely slowly, because these are at a bit of an angle, these. So you see there you've got like, sorry about that, you've got like an angle, and it's going to move the Y position sort of very slowly compared with the X. So that's a humming, deep humming sound there. One hour 25 minutes. That's a little bit less than, well, it's a good hour, probably less than a quarter, halfway through I should say. Yeah, it's about a quarter of the way through, looking at the display. Quite well, as far as I can tell. 3 hours 28 minutes. Courier said 3 hours. Courier said 3 hours 31 minutes, and you've got to add, say, 10 minutes or so onto that to allow for the bed to heat up, nozzle to heat up. So 3 hours 44 minutes says on the display there. It's had time to cool down. Few minor strings. Yeah, there is a like curve up here. Chamfer, I don't know, incline. It's probably a better way to say incline. So yeah, you can print holes reasonably well without supports, so long as they're not too sharp corners. Now, I'm going to see if this actually fits. I did have to file this hole a bit. Well, I put it together. Now I had to file the edges of these, like teeth, down a reasonable amount actually, even though as far as I know I did leave quite a bit of tolerance on when I did the design using this flat bladed diamond file. Also had to file the holes out a bit using like the round file in this set. And I mean it's reasonably stiff there. I think it holds its own position, but you can see I can leave it. This is 4mm Allen bolt. Now I think what I'm going to do actually in the design is make even a wider tolerance between these teeth in the middle, definitely, because I don't need to be touching as much as what they are, so to speak. Maybe the outside ones do. I was hoping that as I tighten this nail sort of nut here, that it would tighten this up and squeeze like this one and this one onto the ones just inside, and that would grip, but I'm tightening that pretty hard, and I can still, it's a little bit more stiffer to turn it, but it can still move. But I mean, that's going to probably stop. It's not like dead loose, it's pretty stiff there. That's just with some, I would call it judicial sanding, filing with the files. These aren't too expensive. I know they say diamonds, but the diamonds, if they are diamonds, I don't know, but if they are, so fine. Just wish that would have been ground off for the bigger diamonds. Would be probably worthless otherwise. I mean, you can get diamond cutting saws, but these are quite cheap for set, quite good. So as I say, I've been sanding each of these because it was too tight to go on originally, but as you can see now it works. I think got an Allen bolt there, 4mm.